Okay, we are live and recording now, and this is Dottie Berry coming to you from the Pacific Northwest in Blaine, Washington. Today, it's Mindshift Mondays. You know, every Monday at noon Pacific time, we've started. This is our second show here. Last week, it was about, embracing chaos, how you move through it. Had a lot of good comments on that and a lot of people watching, so it was a lot of fun. So anyway, I say to people, look, it's Mindshift. Here's a little picture, mind shift versus mindset. And that's what it's all about, because you know what? When I get set in my mind, then I'm not really wanting to look at it any other way. And so a lot of people say, well, have a positive mindset. Well, again, if it's set, that says something like it's not changing. And maybe even when you have a positive mindset, you might want to have an extraordinary mindset, moving it up. So I call it actually mind shift. So that's what we're doing. Mind shift Mondays. And, a lot of people come into the weekend, they're like, wow, Monday, they're really down. But I mean, being an entrepreneur, having my own business, I'm like, wow, what am I going to create this week? We got things on my calendar, things to do. But it comes back to our topic for today is, what do millionaires do? Not just rumor have it, but research has it that they do not use to-do lists. So I'm going to check here and see if we've got anybody trying to get in the open seat here. If you do, just come on in. We're recording here live on Mindshift Mondays. And, just a little note. I am Coach Dottie Berry, hashtag Coach B. Get it out there, see what I'm doing. Anyway, I always like these BLABs because I always say we're better together. Hey, better together. So where are the BLAB Mavens? Anyway, we had some people that had some other things going on. So I'm here blabbing by myself, and I'm going to kind of like spill the beans on what the millionaires do if they don't use to-do lists. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've been a notorious to-do lister in my life. And I started reading about it because I want to do better, to be quite honest. I want to organize my time better. I'm very creative and visionary. And, us kind of folks, sometimes we have challenges in that area. But I always get a lot done. But I want to see how to be more efficient, more effective. I don't know if you do that. So I was reading this article, though, about millionaires and how they don't do to-do lists. I mean, Bill Gates, Richard Branson, these people. So the bottom line, let me see. I think we may have somebody coming in. I'm not sure. Anyway, the bottom line is, let me see what's going on. Hey, Andre, good to have you here. Looking at some people there. Jump on in the seat if you want to get in the open seat and talk about what do millionaires do if they don't do to-do list. That just really intrigues me. Okay, what do they do? Most of us are like making that list, checking it twice, finding out who's been naughty and nice and all that. I mean, we were told that from the time we were kids, about if you celebrated Christmas or did something like that. So it was all about the list. The list was the deal. So we're going to be talking today about what is it that millionaires do, because they do something distinctly different. And it's such a small thing that I think is really going to kind of shock you when you learn what it is. But one little thing about it, I implemented just last week. I'm going to tell you my productivity went up. So here we go. Here's the thing that I was reading about. And, you look at it too. There's all kind of apps and things. We're going to talk a little bit about that. Apps that you can use for productivity. But it was about what is it that you're going to be doing that's going to help you achieve more, be more effective, be more efficient. So here's the secret. Here's what they do. Millionaires actually, rather than having a to-do list, they put anything that's going to be done on their calendar. There is no list over here separate and apart from their calendar. So it gets on the calendar. But here's another tip. They put it in 15-minute increments. Okay. So I went into my my Google Calendar, and the default, I don't know if you know this, but the default is 30 minutes. So I changed it over to 15 minutes because this is the suggestion they made. And they said that some CEOs are notorious for having 5-minute meetings. 5-minute meetings. That's pretty incredible, isn't it? So what I encourage you to do is go out to your Google Calendar or whatever calendar you use. And if there's a default button, it's usually set on 30 minutes, and take that and put it in 15-minute segments. And when you set up your meetings, set them up in 15 minutes. So I figured, what if I like giving myself time in the morning, which I do. I like to be inspired. I inspire, and I love to be inspired by you. So what I do in the mornings is I sit in the hot tub, drink coffee, and read. And Robbie and I read, books together. So that's really a lot of fun. And I do like my walking, meditating, things like that. So let's say that I decided I was going to, and I'm a late night worker too, worker I play because, I get creative really late at night. But let's say you were going to do something like a 10 to 5 segment. Well, let's just see, that's 5 hours, 7 hours. You got 4 15-minute segments in an hour. Do you know that's 28 different things? If you were doing a to-do list, you could check them off, but think about it. Now, one of the things they said about to-do list also is that, people with to-do lists, they get overwhelmed with them because 41% of to-do lists never get completed. So when you go to bed at night and you're sitting there thinking, wow, what can I be doing right now? It can be overwhelming to a person and impact their sleep. And so again, this is what it said, and I'm going to put I'm going to actually go over here and tell you how to get there and see this article. Okay. There's Miss Katie. There's Katie Brown. Hey, come on in and get an open seat and tell me what you think. Anyway, let me do this. I'm going to send you over to Facebook. I'm just typing it in here. The reason you can go over there is if you go over there to facebook.com/Coach Dottie Berry, there's going to be that article over there about what millionaires do when they don't use to-do lists. So it's really kind of interesting, I think. There's some notes that I was taking that I wanted to share with you on some things too, because pretty fascinating, that I was